Hello children, good morning. Today we will discuss about electrolytic dissociation, ionization and electrochemical series. Right? Very important topic. More oftenly the difference between electrolytic dissociation and ionization is asked in the examination. Okay? So please concentrate and let us start the topic electrolytic dissociation. Right? Electrolytic dissociation. It is a process. It is a process due to which an ionic compound dissociate into ions in the fused state or in aqueous solution state. Okay, what I told? The process due to which first topic we started electrolytic dissociation. So electrolytic dissociation is a process. Electrolytic dissociation is a process due to which an ionic compound dissociates into ions in the fused state or aqueous solution state. Fused state or aqueous solution state. I hope you people understood. It is the process due to which an ionic compound you all know, more oftenly they are salt, not more oftenly they are salt. So the process due to which an ionic compound salt dissociate into ions in the fused state. Fused state means melted state, or in the aqueous solution state. Aqueous means water. Is called as electrolytic dissociation. For example, let us consider electrolytic dissociation of sodium chloride. Let us consider electrolytic dissociation of sodium chloride. Okay. So we talk about sodium chloride. It is an ionic compound. Sodium chloride is an electrovalent compound and its crystal structure contain sodium ions and chloride ions. So in the solid, sodium chloride ions are not free. If you talk about in solid state, sodium ions are not free but are held together by an electrostatic force of attraction. Hence it does not conduct electricity. Okay, we all know whenever we talk about conduction of electric current in ionic compound or electrolyte, it is due to the movement of free ions. If you talk about solid sodium chloride, okay, in solid sodium chloride, free ions are not present because in the crystal structure of sodium chloride, sodium plus ion and chloride ions are held together with very strong electrostatic force of attraction. So here ions are not free. Whatever ion are present in sodium chloride, that is sodium plus and Cl minus ion, they are held together with very strong force of attraction. With the help of diagram, I would like to represent you all sodium ion, chloride ion. Okay, so here in sodium chloride, in solid state, these ions are held together with very strong force of attraction. Very strong force of attraction, right? So due to the strong force of attraction, ions are not free. So due to the absence of free ions, they could not conduct electric current. Okay, they do not conduct electric current. I hope people understood. Okay, now second, when solid sodium chloride is dissolved in water, second condition, first condition we discussed about solid sodium chloride. Okay, they do not dissociate into the ions because they are held together with a very strong electrostatic force of attraction. Okay, so when ions will not dissociate, there will be no free ions, so they cannot conduct electricity, right? Now come at second condition, when we dissolve sodium chloride into the water. Second condition is when we dissolve sodium chloride NaCl in water, it become aqueous solution. Okay, or in melted state, fused state, okay, it conduct electricity. In aqueous solution state, sodium chloride in dissolved water, or you can say aqueous solution state, or in melted, or you can say fused state, they conduct electricity. Why they conduct electricity in these conditions? I mean in aqueous solution state or in melted state? Because whenever sodium chloride is dissolved into the water, due to high dielectric constant of water, due to high dielectric constant, as I have already given you all diagram, sodium plus Cl minus, ions are held together with a very strong force of attraction, right? Clear? Whenever we dissolve this sodium chloride into the water, due to the high dielectric constant of water, the force of attraction decomposes. Force of attraction decomposes by water molecule. Why water decomposes? Because dielectric constant of water is very high. Dielectric constant of water is very high among all solvent. Okay, among all kind of solvent, dielectric constant of water is very high. That's why as you will dissolve sodium chloride into the water, water molecule will attack over the force of attraction which are present in between the ions, and it decomposes. As the force of attraction will overcome, sodium plus ion and Cl minus ion will be separated and they will be free. As they will free, they will start moving here and there and will allow the electric current to pass through them. Okay, I hope you people understood. Okay, let us understand what is dielectric constant, because very interesting topic. As I told you all, as sodium chloride will enter into the water, due to the high dielectric constant of water, it will overcome the force of attraction present into Na plus ion and Cl minus ion. Okay, that's why it will be separated. So let us understand what is dielectric constant. Dielectric constant is capability of water molecule, or you can say capability of a solvent. Capability of a solvent to overcome the force of attraction present between the ions of electrolyte, or you can say ionic compound, is called dielectric constant. I am writing note here. Dielectric constant. Dielectric constant. What is dielectric constant? Capability of a solvent to overcome force of attraction present between ions of an electrolyte. Okay, so what is dielectric constant? Capability of a solvent to overcome the force of attraction present in between the ions of electrolyte. I hope you people understood the meaning of dielectric constant. Now let us understand molten state or in the fused state, how they decomposes into the ions. So whenever we talk about conduction of electric current into the molten salt or electrolyte, or you can say fused state. Molten state and fused state both are the same thing. Okay, in presence of high temperature, we melt the solid. Okay, whenever we supply temperature Okay, whenever we increase the temperature of any salt, okay, the force of attraction, or you can say bond present in between the ions, it decomposes. We all know. Okay, we all know temperature, by increasing the temperature we can break down the bond. We can break down the bond. So whenever we will heat an electrolyte due to the high temperature, okay, the bond present in between the ions, suppose we are considering a sodium chloride here, we have Na plus and Cl minus. As I told you all, here force of attraction present in between the ions. Okay, so as we will increase the temperature, okay, whenever we will increase the temperature, okay, the temperature will break down the heat, will break down the bond present in between the ions. Okay, so as the bond will break down, bond with this electrostatic force of attraction will break down, okay, ions will become free and they will start moving here and there and will allow the electric current to pass through them. I hope people understood the electrolytic dissociation, okay, with example sodium chloride. Okay, let us understand one more topic which is correlated with dissociation. The term is ionization. Ionization. Okay, so what is ionization? What is ionization? So it is the process by which polar covalent compound, okay, always remember term dissociation is used for ionic compound, for electrovalent compound, for salt, but whenever we discuss about ionization, okay, it is associated with polar covalent compound. So the process by which polar covalent compounds are converted into ions in water solution is called ionization. What I told, the process by which polar covalent compounds are converted into ions in water solution is called ionization. Okay, I am writing definition here, you can write down in your notebook. The process by which polar covalent compound, I hope you people know the meaning of polar covalent compound. In chapter chemical bond I told you all what is polar covalent compound. Okay, polar covalent compounds converted into ions in water solution is called ionization. What I told, the process by which polar covalent compound are converted into ion, we will not use dissociate term here. The process by which polar covalent compound converted into ions in water solution, or you can say in aqueous solution state, is called ionization. Okay, so process of conversion of polar covalent compound into ion in aqueous solution state is known as ionization. What I told for dissociation, the process by which ions of electrovalent compounds are separated in aqueous solution state or in molten state or fused state is known as electrolytic dissociation. So I hope you people understood the difference between ionization and electrolytic dissociation. Okay, right? For example, hydrogen chloride is a polar covalent compound. Let us see the example. Example HCl, hydrogen chloride gas. Okay, hydrogen chloride in aqueous solution state. The two terms, more frequently it is asked in examination, give reason why HCl conduct electric current, aqueous HCl, while gaseous HCl do not conduct electric current. So always remember, in the gaseous state or in the pure liquid state, HCl is unionized. What I told, hydrogen chloride in the gaseous state or in pure liquid state, means compressed HCl gas I am talking about. HCl gas or compressed HCl gas do not conduct electric current because they do not ionize. When they will not ionize, how they can conduct electric current? We all know conduction of electric current takes place due to the presence of free ions. So HCl gas and liquefied HCl do not conduct electric current because they do not ionize. Okay, they do not have free ions. Clear? But HCl in aqueous solution state, or you can say aqueous hydrogen chloride, okay, or you can say hydrochloric acid, it conduct electric current because in aqueous solution state HCl are present in the form of H plus and Cl minus ions. So in aqueous hydrogen chloride, or you can say in hydrochloric acid, electric current can pass because free ions are present. Free ions are present, right? The same concept will be applicable here. Whenever HCl gas is dissolved into the water, due to the dielectric constant of water, okay, this force of attraction will convert HCl into H plus and Cl minus. Force of attraction will be overcome by the dielectric constant of water. So HCl will convert into, we all know already on HCl partial plus charge and partial minus charge is present in every kind of polar covalent compound. Okay, partial plus and partial negative charge is present. Okay, so as water will come in the contact of this HCl due to the dielectric constant, okay, this H plus will combine with water to form H3O plus. H3O plus plus Cl minus ion will be present into the solution of hydrochloric acid. Right? That's why it conducts electric current. So I hope you people understood the difference between ionization and dissociation. Let us study the comparison between, or you can say difference between ionization and dissociation. So briefly I would like to tell you all, ionization, the first point in ionization is the process of formation of positively or negatively charged ions from molecules. Okay, so ionization process is only possible in molecule, or you can say in polar covalent compound, okay, which are not initially in ionic state. Okay, so ions are formed, positively or negatively charged ions are formed from polar covalent molecule in case of ionization. While if we talk about dissociation, here separation of ion takes place which are already present in an ionic compound. Okay, so you can say simply ionization takes place in molecule, that is polar covalent compound, while dissociation takes place in electrovalent compound where already ions are present into the compound. So in dissociation process we separate the ions, while in case of ionization we convert the molecule into the ions. Second point, polar covalent compound show ionization, that is HCl, H2CO3, NH4OH, etc. Okay, polar covalent compound represent ionization, while electrovalent compounds show dissociation. For example, KCl, NaCl, okay, lead bromide, they show dissociation. So polar covalent compounds show ionization, electrovalent compounds show dissociation. I hope you people understood this is difference between ionization and dissociation. So that's all for today. Thank you. In the next video I will tell you all about electrochemical series. Thank you so much.